I am Nyamonya Josephine Magala, and I'm the Senior Administrator and Project Manager for A Little Bit of Hope, Uganda. I am married, and I have one little lovely son called Prosper. I was born, this is my native area, Butaleja district, but I was born and raised in Kampala, and I had most of my education in Kampala. My favorite are the RAMPS project. That's the reusable menstrual pads that we go out to schools, especially the primary schools, and teach these girls how to make, and even their teachers. And this year we'll even be teaching their mothers and other women groups. I'm so happy because with that, less girls have to stay at home because they're having their period. And eventually we hope that they'll even get good marks and continue to stay in school till at least they finish maybe a diploma or a degree. And then in health, I liked the latrines project because besides people being excited, there are less diseases that are related to hygiene and to poor hygiene and sanitation. Because the people that we are working with, who are the health workers, the Busoro community health workers, have ensured that these people know the fact that they don't have to be rich to be clean, so they have managed to slash their compounds, put up plate stands, and dug rubbish pits. And then for A Little Bit of Hope, I'm hoping that we shall have our own premises in the next 10 years, because we'll not just be 5 staff, but we'll be so many staff, because we'll be able to reach out to many more places in the district. And I believe we'll even go beyond this district of Butaleja and impact people's lives with our vision of enabling them to overcome the hurdles that prevent them from reaching their full potential.
My name is Ivan Kaibo. As my education, I qualified in diploma in education, teacher education, secondary school. But I've been working as a librarian in Busoro Public Library. I am married with 2 kids. So I've been working as a chairperson of A Little Bit of Hope Uganda, looking at the management of the staff of A Little Bit of Hope, and also conducting or leading sessions of chair board. As the director now, I know there are going to be some bit of changes in my roles, but they are not going to so much differ of what I've been doing. One of them is to put a staff together of A Little Bit of Hope Uganda and enable this staff to be able to execute their duties and responsibilities in order to have the organization achieve its mission and vision. And as a director of the organization, I plan as in that position to enable that the organization is known deep in the far places of the community. My most maybe project that I would love to look at maybe in this year is about water project, whereby I would love to really see an improvement, because water has been one of our challenges, whereby we need to get clean water, like a good water source supply, and maybe propped. Yeah. Water, as before, I had an idea of having points in the villages where we can have a solar powered water pumps, whereby a village can have one point where we sink a borehole a hole and we install a solar pump, powered pump, and it supplies to the entire community. And this one just requires few manpower to run it, just 1 or 2 people to operate, and people can get clean water.
Wilfred, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. I've been doing some work to do with school gardening project with CD Sorority in partnership with SNV, Netherlands Development Organization. We started with 6 schools, but then that was fine to 11. But then apparently towards the closure of the project, we had accumulated up to 24 schools. And our core targets were like, we wanted to see at least 85% of pupils having midday meals at school. Our motive of involving parents, we realized that it was one of the sustainable strategies whereby when we exit, we want to see that school feeding still goes on. And the targets are realized even after our exit. And that's why we had to hold so many parent sensitization meetings, bring them to school and the communities around, such that they really take hold of the project. And indeed, I'm proud to say that this has been achieved. Parents have started taking on the lead in a school feeding project that is in Sorority. Oh, when you look at the Little Bit of Hope, it's such a wonderful organization in that it's looking at improving the livelihoods and reducing the poverty levels of communities within. And that being a person who is so much in touch with, who likes transforming communities, I looked at their vision and I opted to be part of the team.
I'm called Grace Nandi. I'm a social worker. Before I joined a Little Bit of Hope, I was volunteering with Senda Cow. I volunteered with the World Vision. I volunteered with Pearl Foundation for Children and Widows in Lelesi, that is still Butaleja. Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in social sciences. What I've liked mostly is field work, mostly coming to the orphanage. I liked the ramps because I enjoyed working with the children. I've liked working with the widows because I feel I have the passion. This is part of my social work. Just love it. But I've been working with the widows since I had a short time, but still I had to utilize my short time. I shared a lot with them about savings, and I'm so happy they opened up a savings scheme, and even they are continuing to save. Hopefully this year, I'm looking at developing them in ways of maybe introducing the IGAs. Okay. I'm also looking at helping them in terms of empowering them, mostly. This could be not by giving them anything, but it could be a word that can at least move someone a little bit of hope.
Hi everyone, my name is Noah, and I'm 29 years old, and I studied development studies, a bachelor's degree at Uganda Christian University. And currently I'm working with a Little Bit of Hope, and I'm the project coordinator. I love my job. So it's talking about the young people in Butaleja. It's assumed, it's believed that over 50% of the population here are youths, and youths are really are facing a number of challenges. And our passion to see that the youths really get to achieve, to be able to achieve their full potential is that there are lots of challenges that they face. About 80% of the youths are unemployed in Uganda, and it's not different from Butaleja. It's the same situation. So, and besides, they have a number of skills and ideas that they need to come up with, but building them is a challenge. So as we work with the youth, we're trying to inspire them through different trainings, like the Youth Expo that we had, when the youths were trained in making liquid soap and candles. So we have seen already results of a group that has come up to make these candles and liquid soap, but they were inspired by the training that we supported them to do. We're also looking at giving them career guidance because many of them are at school, but they fail to really take a right direction of how and what things they have to study to achieve what. So we're also looking at career guidance as one of the things, one of the most important things that we need to do with the youth. It's my passion to see that youths in Butaleja get to some level of coming up with innovations that are going to help them achieve employment and generate income, and also be able to achieve their dreams in academics and even in business. I want to have about, in 10 years' time, I want to have about 5,000 youths who are going to be able to generate their own income. That's on the side of the youth.